I just want to talk about our two families and our friendship. So, are we on? Or?
You're on.
Okay, thanks, baby. So, yeah, I've just been thinking lately about our families and our friendship and your friendship with Mom, and I guess
We're sisters.
sisters.
We're not friends. We're sisters. We're just like sisters.
So, tell me about when you guys first met and how you became friends.
Well, I was working for Greg Hall, him and his wife. They're on Green Street in North Hills. And your mother was driving a little blue, oh, what car? It was a fancy car. And she stopped me and wanted to know if I would clean for her. And I said, sure. That's how it started.
Okay.
So I started working for her in 1961, maybe 1960. Because she said 61, I think 1960, like in September, because my mother died in 61. And I was working for her before.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how did you go from being, two women, one working for the other, to being friends?
We were friends from the start.
Yeah?
Yeah. I loved your mom, and her dad came out, and he was so nice, and your grandmother. We were just like family from the beginning. Yeah. Yeah, she was so nice to me. I don't know where I would have been without her. She has been there for me through thick and thin. And my grandfather was living at the time. Called him Papa.
Papa.
And she was so good to Papa. You know, your mother and your grandmother buried my grandfather. He had no insurance. Throw me out on the ground. Throw me anywhere, no insurance. And they buried him.
I didn't know that.
Probably lots of things you don't know.
I think that's true. I'm the youngest in the
Right.
family, and I think there's a ton.
Probably the girls don't either, but she did. Yeah. So, and they started calling Papa from right off, and he loved it. He'd go out there and plant the garden. You have to have your mother tell you about that. Papa and them rows, the rows had to be straight, and this and that. He'd get on us,
Yeah.
So he really loved your mom. She was good to him. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, you and Skippy were married, and you had all of your kids by then.
I had all of my kids by Skippy, but I had a rough struggle, Katie. Skippy and Loretta, my friend that passed away, we just buried her today. She introduced me to Skippy because I was going with another boy, and I won't call his name since you're recording that. But anyway, she said, Hester, you can do better. We were on 8th Street, walking up the hill. Skippy was down a little farther back, and he always dressed real nice, kind of a shy guy. And she introduced me to Skippy. So we were together till he passed. Had some ups and downs, but made it. I mean, some rough ones. But in the end, it all worked out. But I got pregnant with Lorraine. And I was in high school. And the teachers back then, one principal, I stayed there, I was showing. And then when I got showing, they told me it was time for me to drop out. So I did, had Lorraine. I'm right back with my class. I graduated with my class in 1954.
That's amazing.
Yeah, Lorraine's born in 53. Then after that, fast Hester, because my grandmother, my step-grandmother that raised me with Papa. Papa was a drink.
Yeah.
He wasn't mean, hitting, but he was abusive to Mama. And it was a struggle, because he'd get me up in the night, and I'd have to go get out and get wood to put in the fire so he could fuss all night. And Mama was a little older, and she just couldn't take it. And she left. When I was 15 years old, I came home from school, and they had me spoiled.
When you say Mama?
That's my step-grandmother. She raised me from a baby, Mama Ina.
Okay.
And there was no lunch for me. I was upset because they had me spoiled. I was going to get Mama. No food. And I looked right, so I went up to Miss Kelly's, Loretta's mother, and she hadn't seen her. Went over on 7th Street to Miss Handy for Mama visit. They hadn't seen her. I come back. Now my lunch period is getting short. I got to get back to school. Stop back with Miss Kelly. She said, Hester, let me go down in the house with you and look. Make sure she's not sick. went down there. Mama's suitcases was gone. Everything she owned was gone. She had left. So I don't know if I went back to school or not, but they called Papa and told him he didn't seem to really care. But anyway, then did I get pregnant? I got pregnant by Skippy again after I got out. Was I out of high school? Larry Dean was born in what? Lorraine born in 53. Larry Dean born in 54.
Oh.
Okay, they wanted me to go on welfare. I said, I'm not going on welfare. Move in a place. I said, oh no. Pop said, no. I'm keeping Hester and the kid here. So then they said, you're going to have to give him up for adoption. Doris Blackman was a social worker, a black lady. It's okay. So they had to put Lorraine in a foster home with Miss Gladys Miller. And Lorraine was real crazy about my brother Bobby. He got her started walking. So anyway, she stayed up there and she would cry and didn't want a hair comb. They cut it off like mine. And she would call for Bobby every day. And Papa, they wouldn't let Papa go see her all the time. But I went to Florence Critton home in Wichita, Kansas. No, Florence Critton was in Kansas City. I'm getting mixed up. I guess Booth Memorial there in Wichita. And Peggy Burton, my friend, she quit her job at the record shop to go to Wichita because she had a cousin there, to live with her, get a job there, to be able to take me to the beauty shop or wherever I needed to go. She stayed there till I had Larry Dean. I had Larry Dean early one morning, and these were Salvation Army people, I think. And this captain, we call her, you don't supposed to see the kid once. And when I seen him, he looked so sad, Katie. His eyes was, oh, I could have had a fit. But she let me see him the second time. I hated to leave him, but they took him. I never seen him again. So then I got to come home, and I went back to work.
So when you were in Wichita, was that like you were staying there like in a residence? Or
It's
like
a place for unwed mothers.
Wow.
I'm back there, and I worked at the Hotel Atchison, washing. I was a bus girl or something. And then Skippy and I, we tried to get Larry Dean and all. They didn't know nothing about it. Nope, nothing. So Skippy, he went to work in Ashland, Nebraska. Edwin then wouldn't tell me where he was.
Edwin was his sister.
His mama.
His mama, okay.
They wouldn't let me know nothing, but Skippy got in touch with me. We thought we'd get married. Well, oh my goodness. So anyway, I left home and went to Nebraska. I'm cutting out some stuff. Went to Nebraska to stay with Skippy. We were going to try to get married up there. I was old enough to get married, but Skippy wasn't. So we had to come back home. And his stepfather jumped up in the middle of the floor. They didn't want him to marry me, blah, blah, blah. But I think they signed the papers. And then we went back. And when we went up to Sioux Falls, is it in Dakota? Is that up by Omaha, Sioux Falls, South Dakota?
I think Sioux Falls would be farther.
Yeah, it's another place. I can't think. We went up there.
Iowa?
No, it was right out of Omaha.
Okay.
Council Bluff.
Council Bluff, okay.
Okay. So we couldn't get married. They were closed that day.
Oh.
So we just went on back, and we just lived together for quite a while. I really never let anyone know it. I was in clubs and everything, and I had to think of a year so the girls wouldn't know it. Me and Skippy got married in Leavenworth because we figured out nobody would get the paper and know that then.
Yeah.
So anyway, then all these other kids came.
So what year did you get married?
Before Jeff was born, 1957.
Okay. And how old were you two then?
I don't know how old we been.
I don't know. You were probably 22 because you were born in 35, right?
Yeah.
So you were 22 and
Skippy's the same age.
Skip was the same. Okay.
Yeah, because his birthday and mine are a month. His birthday is August 30th. Mine was June the 15th at that time.
Okay. We're not really sure about that.
Yeah. So anyway, we got married, and then we moved we were back in Atchison when we got married. We lived over on Riley Street.
Okay.
And then the rest is history. We just had our ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and some bad ones. You're familiar with some of them.
I am.
So your mother, we couldn't get nothing, no buying nothing. Credit was bad. And it was a house on Division Street we kind of wanted. And Donnie Thompson, I think, was the realtor. And your mother was going to give me $500 down on it, but I don't know why we couldn't get it. And it was a blessing, because we wouldn't have needed that big house. So then, and that was while we were living at 1301 North 7th Street after the flood, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, then your mother helped us get the house on Ash Street. Mm-hmm. So
she helped you with the down payment?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then she gave me all of that lovely beige wool carpeting out of the house. We carpeted that whole house. We had it looking nice. Yeah. She helped me a lot there. Then a lady by the name of Frances Grover, I'd walk from 1301 North 7th to, this was prior to that, and even after I moved on Ash, but I started out 1301 North 7th, over to Kansas Avenue. 50 cents an hour I'd work for her. And then I had some more jobs, 50 cents an hour, Miss Ashman now. So then Miss Grover got sick, and I was working kind of hard for me to get over, so I got Miss Ruth Turner to go over there and sit with her. She worked for Mises. She was a babysitter for them. And when she died, somebody called me and said, Miss Grover left you her watch. She left you something. I didn't know nothing about it. And she left me half of her estate. Her estate was $9,000. That was it. But me and another man, half to Jesse, I can't even think of their names now. Jesse Smith, and me the other half. And a watch. And then she had 3 rings. This is one of the rings here. So I got half of the estate, and I came and I let your mom know, and I put money down on the house, and I did different things. And Bob Duncan, he said, Hester, most people would have went out and bought a big colored TV or something. I admire you for that. So that's what I did, put it in the proper place. That helped me out a lot. Mm-hmm. And so then she helped me with all my kids through school. Lorraine, Skip Jr.'s teeth is like mine right now with this tooth out there coming out of me. She put braces on Skip. She gave Lorraine voice lessons because Lorraine was in the choir. Then she put braces on Lorraine because Lorraine had a gap here in her tooth. She just, I can't even think of the things that she didn't do. So then, and you know, you all came over to play and this and that, and you know how I got on the boys and bring them home and whip them. No, trying to keep them correct. So then,
how come you had to whip them so much?
Oh, they were, you know, you remember Skip Jr. dared Jeff to break all my Hummels?
What?
Don't you remember he pulled that cabinet over? And I whipped, you was there, I whipped them.
Oh.
I whipped their behinds. And then I took all their, because I made them work and they'd save their money. Pulled all them Skip's money and Jeff's out of the bank and bought my Hummels just downstairs.
So they actually did it?
Skip Jr. dared him and he did it.
I can't even believe that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I did not know that.
Them boys were something.
I guess I was there, but I don't remember it, you know?
Mm-hmm. So, anyway, I went on back to work. Don't you remember I used to come home and whip them in front of you all?
I do remember that. I don't remember the thing about the Hummel.
Yeah, they did that one day I was at your house.
Oh, God.
Sure did. So, I left Jeff the Hummels in my will. To his kids.
Wow.
So then what else happened? Where was I at? We just worked, you know, we worked all the time. And then your mother was going to buy, they bought that property out there, your dad. Mm-hmm. And she gave me 5 acres of land. And I thought, I don't want to build no house. Skippy, we don't want to build no house. We just find something else. So then we rode around, we found this house. Mm-hmm. And your mother, I didn't have to finish paying for the balance of the house over on Ash Street. Give me that. She gave me the earnest money for this house. And she did, I don't know, she helped us with siding or what. She did a lots of things to help us. And plus she helped Christmas time and all, she clothed the kids and all. I never had to buy nothing for Christmas. She outfitted them for whatever they needed. So anyway, and Lorraine, you know, Lorraine was in this and that. And your mother had this beautiful two-piece suit, gray, and we had it cut down for Lorraine for homecoming queen. She looked so cute. Your mother don't dress like she did then.
No.
No, she had beautiful clothes. So then, let's see what else happened.
Was Lorraine homecoming queen?
Lorraine was homecoming.
Okay.
Homecoming. No, she wasn't. She was a homecoming candidate.
Yeah.
But she was the head cheerleader for 3 years or so. And Lorraine was very popular during her time. And Skip Jr. was you couldn't have found a better kid. On up to the 9th grade. Excellent basketball player. Excellent. That boy had a hand, but drugs got him. I tell you, that was sad. I won't get into that part. You know all about that. Is there?
Maybe we can talk about that some other time.
Yeah, that was sad. Yeah. So anyway, and I made them kids work. Lorraine, I'd get her up 4 o'clock in the morning so we'd go to them course. She didn't like it, but she had to get out and work. They did something about corn, detasseling corn. And then Skip Jr., he got a job with the water company. Michael was still a young kid, and Papa had him so spoiled, Katie, it was pitiful.
Yeah.
Are you out of time?
No, I was just making sure it was
okay. So, and Jeff, you didn't have to make him work. He worked. He started out in the ice house, and then he went from there. He worked for the city, and he went from there to the Aaronsburg. You know, he was I ain't gonna say he was a little different. He was always kind of stayed more to himself. Never did want you to buy him anything. He was saying, "Dad, you didn't even give me a class ring." No, because you didn't want one. He wouldn't let us buy him a jacket for when he graduated. He wore your dad's jacket.
Really?
Yeah. In his graduation, that's your dad's suit coat, and maybe his tie too.
No kidding.
Yeah, he didn't. He just didn't want to spend no money. He saved his money.
Yeah.
And Skip Jr., he was a good kid, but then he got in with the wrong crowd and downhill from there. Doyle Michael was spoiled. Always called my grandfather friend. Never got to walk to school by himself because Papa was right with him. Yeah. He was there when he got out of school, especially in grade school. And then Papa, I don't know how old Mike was when Papa died. 68 Papa died.
So Mike would have been maybe 9?
Yeah, he was still in grade, because that was so hard for him when Papa died. He called him friend. Oh, it was sad. So, anyway, going up to you kids. Let's see, Kiki was born first. I can't even. 62. Oh, I used to dress her up and take her down to the foundry and over to Pinky's and just going everywhere.
You got some dresses in your lap.
Yeah.
You want to show them to the camera?
Now, let's see. This was your dress. I remember. I bought this dress for you.
Here, hold it up.
I bought it myself.
That is adorable. That is adorable. Yeah.
And then Kiki said this was her dress.
That is so cute.
Isn't that cute?
Yes. I can't believe you still have these dresses.
I kept these things, and then I don't know what one of you wore this dress.
It's very cute.
And then I always dressed you kids up, but when you came over to the house one day, I had a wig, and I know you can't see this, but you're the one in the wig.
All right, I'm going to see if I can get this close enough to the camera to sort of let's see. So, yeah, Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you'd like to dress us up?
Oh, I had y'all looking good. Katie, do you remember? I was watching you. I don't know what you were doing over in that corner. And you broke that horse. Oh.
Oh, I was climbing up on that piece
Oh,
of
Katie.
I wanted to get that horse down.
Oh,
and look at
Katie.
It. Oh, I think I was about 4.
And I called Miss Gordon in Kansas City, who was a good friend of mine, and I'd worked for her too, and she knew everything. And she told us the place to take it. I don't know how I got your mother not to be so upset with you and mad, some kind of way. I don't know what I did.
I remember like running to my room and crying because I knew I was going to be
gosh, oh mercy.
Oh, you calmed her down though.
Oh boy. And so we took that horse and had it fixed. Katie, you can't tell that horse was ever broken.
I know, it's amazing. I hope Mom is leaving me that.
Well, she should.
Just like you're leaving Jeff Baum.
She should. Oh my land, it scared me out of my mind.
I always sort of feel like I owe my life to you for that.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Because you know she didn't play.
Oh.
I get so upset she whip y'all them hairbrushes. You remember?
Yeah. Mostly Kiki and Christy. I don't
What?
think I got
You
one.
didn't get one. Oh my God. Don't get her too.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
We would fight a lot when we were little girls. We would fight.
I can't remember all of that.
Yeah, maybe it was when we were a little older.
I don't know. But you all were good girls.
Yeah.
You all were good girls. Yeah. So.
Well, it's like we had 2 moms,
Yeah, right.
You were there half a day, 5 days a week, right? So you were very much...
It seemed like all day, because this was in the afternoon when you broke that horse.
Oh,
oh my land.
Yeah, no, it's just like, when I would think of like my parents, it was you and Mom.
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel
when you were born, your grandma came out to be with your mom, and we lived on Ash Street then, and we cleared out the whole bedroom. And I don't know where we got this table. We had Thanksgiving dinner. You're in November, aren't you?
Yeah.
We had the Thanksgiving dinner at my house that year. It was nice. We cleared. I tell you, that was a nice dinner. Your grandmother was so thankful. No, your mother.
Do you remember us drinking coffee together?
Oh, every morning. And you were scared the squirrels was going to fall down in the coffee.
I was, because you could hear them running.
Right. Every day we drink. You don't drink coffee now, do you?
I do drink coffee.
Do you?
Oh, yeah.
Got you started in that coffee.
You did. I was about 4.
Yeah, you were a sweet little girl, Katie. You were really a sweet little girl.
Well, I was well loved.
Yeah, Christy cried. When Christy was little, I had to put her on the dryer. She cried all the time. So I set her up on the dryer.
She must have had colic or something.
She must have had colic.
Yeah. What about when Kiki was a baby?
Kiki. I told you, Kiki, I'd take her to the foundry every day. Go down there to pick. I'd take her every day down to the foundry to pick up Skippy. I'd have her dressed up. We'd dress up.
Here, come around and you can get in the frame for a second. Yeah, you do. Just for a second. Just come around and stand.
She looks good, doesn't she?
I know. Yeah, she does.
She looks good. I'm so glad. I just can't believe you girls came out here.
Okay, you have to get down about her level. There you go. So, yeah, you have your hair about the same way that you did when you were a little girl. Actually. Kiki does.
Oh, Kiki.
Yeah.
Because I had long hair.
Did you?
Yes.
You don't remember?
I remember not long. I don't remember.
Well, I guess you didn't know me. I had long hair.
Yeah, I remember it that way. Oh, well. All right, thanks, Kiki.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So, what else you need to know?